Hello, and welcome back to Miss Dark and Twisty. I'm Dominique.
My name is Jenny.
So today we're going to be discussing something really cool, and it's actually a true event. We're going to be discussing the Poltergeist films.
So you guys have seen, probably, if you're listening to this podcast at least, the Poltergeist movies.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in like a hot minute, but like...
Yeah, it's been years since the last time I've seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really scare me.
No, it should because they're actual true events.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're Hollywood true events. You know what that means. That means that they took a true event and Hollywoodified it.
Exactly. And what I think is more scary is what happened after the movie.
Yeah. So we'll get into that in a little bit. There's a dog running around, so if you hear a collar from when he shakes, I'm sorry. I'm also sick, which is why you haven't seen too much content from us for a little bit. Because I run most of these social medias and pretty much everything. So if you guys haven't seen much content, just know I'm sick.
She's trying her best.
I'm trying my best.
She's doing her best.
I am. I actually was sick when I edited the last episode too. So We're doing it. So, first off, what is a poltergeist? Do you know?
I do. It's a ghost, but it's not a demon. So, like, a poltergeist is more of, like, an actual person that died, whereas a demon is unearthly. Right? Am I right?
I don't know. I Googled it.
We love that.
So, according to Wikipedia, a poltergeist, which is German for rumbling ghost or noisy spirit, is a type of ghost or spirit that is responsible for a physical disturbance, such as loud noises and objects that keep getting moved or destroyed. Most claims or fictional descriptions of poltergeists show them as being capable of pinching, biting, hitting, and tripping people. They are also depicted as capable of the movement or levitation of objects such as furniture, cutlery, or noises such as knocking on doors. Foul smells are also associated with poltergeist occurrences, as well as spontaneous fires and different electrical issues such as flickering lights. They have traditionally been described as troublesome spirits who haunt a particular person instead of a specific location. Some variation of poltergeist folklore is found in many different cultures. Early claims of spirits that supposedly harass and torment their victims date back to the 1st century, but references to poltergeists became more common in the early 17th century.
Ooh, wow. I didn't know they date back that long.
I didn't either, but I can't be surprised anymore.
No, I'm not surprised either. But what did kind of surprise me is, like, they're more of, like, a menace. Like, they never use the word possess.
I don't think they possess people. I'm pretty sure they just wreak havoc.
Yeah, it's more of like an annoying toddler running around your house.
We are comparing poltergeists to toddlers here. People.
Am I wrong? Tell me in the comments. If you have a toddler, you understand.
Jesus.
Wreaking havoc, flying off your shit off like your tabletop, freaking flicking the lights. My son, every morning, we do the light switch game, and I'm sure you've seen it too. He goes to the light switch, taps it, and then takes my hand to go put on the light.
Comparing poltergeists to toddlers. That's what we do in this Miss Dark and Twisty.
Am I wrong?
Oh my
No.
Lord. Alright, so let's get into the poltergeist movie.
Wait, we should make that a poll on, like, Instagram.
So on Instagram, apparently, we're going to make a poll that says, are poltergeists like toddlers?
And the answer's going to be yes.
Jesus Christmas. So
everyone send Jenny Dayquil.
Jenny already takes me as next DM, but here's the issue.
Everyone, here's some ASMR.
I could also whisper.
It's pumpkin spice latte. Pumpkin.
Well, now that we have tormented the viewers. All right. Well, we are back from our not so scheduled break.
I spilled coffee all over myself, so I had to change.
Fun times.
Yeah, listen to spill on this.
So, do you know what the poltergeist was based off of?
So wasn't it buried on... So this family moves into the house, and the house was built on an ancient, like, burial ground. And then weird shit started to happen, so, like, the poltergeist was just trying to get the family out of the house to, like, preserve the land. Right?
Sure. I mean, I don't know that much of that history.
You know why I know a lot of it? Because I remember watching the Family Guy episode 2 about it.
God bless Family Guy, apparently.
Literally.
Alright, so let's find out, according to nerdiest.com, what happened to the Herman house. So it's important to note that they are the first people who purchased the house in 1953.
Oh, that is actually a key factor.
Nobody lived before them in that house.
Ooh, okay.
So keep that in mind.
That's why they were extra pissed.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. I'm about to read what happened to them and why they left the house.
I'm ready for it.
That's I feel like a key factor because that's not normally what happens.
No, usually there's like somebody else in the house and then that person died and that person's soul is haunting that house.
Yep, but in this case, it's literally their first family to live there. It was newly renovated and newly built.
Wow, that's actually very interesting.
Yeah. So, what caused them to leave this house? Let's find out. On the evening of February 3rd, 1958, a man named James Herman from Seaford, Long Island, New York, received a telephone call at work from his wife, Lucille. Alright, so he received a telephone call at work from his wife, Lucille, informing him that the teenage children heard a series of popping noises from various spots around the house. When they investigated, they found uncapped bottles from several substances completely opened in many different rooms, including a vial of holy water, which spilled all over the bedroom dresser.
Ooh, doesn't that sound familiar, Jenny?
Yeah, like the one time we were in your room doing a Ouija board, and all of a sudden, a holy water just like flew off your fucking desk and broke on your carpeted floor.
Throwback Thursday, like, what a throwback. And it is Thursday.
For real? Is it? Oh yeah, it is. Wow. Herman, skeptical of the whole thing, advised his family to stay calm and to keep the occurrences to themselves. He believes some prankster teenagers got inside and tried to spook the family. It was important to him that to keep things under control, but 5 days later the same thing happened again.
Ooh.
And the next day it happened again.
Okay, wait, but like how the fuck would teenagers get into their house and know where like the holy water and other stuff are? Just saying.
That's true, because at that point, unless they've been stalking, and I'm sure they haven't been stalking considering teenagers have lives at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they would know where the fucking holy water is.
Exactly. That's like my key point to this.
And it would have had to have been multiple teenagers if all these things are happening in various locations of the house.
I think the dad was just in denial.
Probably, but isn't that how most horror stories start?
Yeah.
Alright, so this time, Mr. Herman watched in horror as bottles moved from his bathroom and dragged as if by an unseen hand.
That's such a man thing, by the way. Like, I feel like it's, unless it happens to them and they, like, physically see it, they don't believe, like, the woman.
I can't say that's not wrong.
Right?
So, this time, he called the police.
Oh.
Yeah, because the police could definitely tell you why
They're gonna handcuff the ghost.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm feeling extra sarcastic today.
Yeah, but like I can't blame us because this is
stupid,
ridiculous. So when the police arrived, more bottles began popping throughout the home. They performed a series of tests to rule out radio transmissions or electrical disturbances, but the bottles were not warm enough to otherwise charged.
The ghost just wanted to fucking party, okay? They're
popping
like,
bottles.
You thought the same fucking thing. That's what was going through my head when you were like reading that.
I love that.
I was like, these ghosts are getting fucking down. They just want to party, okay? They're in their teen phase. Like, let them have fun.
They want to feel so fly like a G6.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, fucking love it.
That song's gonna be stuck in my head.
You're welcome.
All day.
You're so welcome. So, whatever was happening to them could not be explained with logic, obviously. So, on February 17th, a priest came to the home to bless it.
And let's see how that didn't work.
Correct. So, Dr. J.B. Ride, I'm sorry if I pronounce any of these things wrong, director of Duke University's Parapsychology Laboratory, that was a big word, went to the house in hopes of finding out the truth. They interviewed the family, thinking that the reason the poltergeists were in the house was due to the presence of teenagers in the household, which is apparently a common occurrence, by the way.
You know what? I actually did notice that. So if you just going back on like all the films, sorry, I have like an itch in my eye. I'm unhinged today. Going back to all the horror movies, like I feel like there's always one teenager and they always have kids. Like every horror film has a kid. Did you notice that?
So when I was reading this, apparently it's a common occurrence that poltergeists appear when there's adolescents in the house.
That makes sense because they're young, they're naive, they're easy to like manipulate.
Yeah, and their emotions are everywhere.
Exactly, especially teenagers.
Yeah.
Because I mean, literally, like It, Insidious.
I've never seen It.
That's what we're doing next week. We're doing a movie review on It, and I'm forcing Jenny to watch it.
I'm okay with that. We're doing movie reviews every Friday now.
Because I'm sure you want to hear our sarcastic input of how ridiculous 99% of them are.
Yeah, so we're doing Movie Review Friday as like a mini celebration of every podcast episode.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Definitely check it out.
Yeah, it'll be on our TikTok at MDAT Podcast. I'm going to put it right there. Right there.
Oh, right there. Up.
Yeah, up. Right in the middle of us. Yeah, you see it right now.
Cool. I love that.
Perfect. So, let's see. They interviewed the family. And they started recording all the strange activity that's been going around in the house.
Yeah.
But shortly after they arrived, the activity started to calm down. And,
of course. That's what
stop
always
happening.
happens.
And altogether, they documented about 70 cases. I can't speak. About 70 cases of unusual activity from February 3rd to March 10th.
Whoa. That's a lot of cases.
Especially in that small of time.
Right?
That's literally a month and a week.
Literally. God bless those people.
Yeah, so obviously they eventually left the house.
As I would too.
I did read that one of the original family members actually did an interview with some show. I'll put the show right there too. Don't know what it is at the top of my head, but it's right here.
Check it out.
So, the weird part about this movie is it was also unhinged. I don't know if you know this. There's a scene where one of the characters is in like muddy water and the skeletons pop out.
Yeah.
So, the actors obviously thought that it came from the prop team. And they were like, oh my god, this is like, good looking skeletons that were totally fake.
Oh, they were fake.
I found out later on that those skeletons were real and bought for cheap.
Wait, what website? I have so many questions about that. Like,
I'm assuming it was the dark web.
Like how do you just go into Google as like real human bones without getting flagged?
I think you have to be in the dark web for that one.
Or like if you're like maybe one of them worked in the medical field, like one of their spouses, or they knew someone in the medical field or like the forensic field.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I don't think they could, even if they worked in the medical field, because that would be against like
illegal.
Yeah, that would go against like some code of ethics. Damn. So I also want to know where the fuck you got some real skeletons for a fucking movie.
Going off topic a little bit, did you hear that apparently in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney, those bones are real too? I'm
not surprised about anything Disney related. I'm pretty sure Disney's also haunted. That'll be a whole other thing.
Oh, that's gonna be a good ass episode.
I don't want to be canceled by Disney. I don't know if I want to make a whole episode on that one.
Everything will be allegedly by Disney, you know?
Everything is allegedly, period. That comes out of our mouths half the time.
99% factual.
Is it?
No. The coffee's still registering up here.
That's literally why I started putting the actual websites in the description that we get this information from, because that way you guys can find out that we're not just bullshitting this.
Good way to cover our ass.
It is covering our ass. So
back to the poltergeist.
So I don't know if you know this, but one of the reasons that I got into the poltergeist and why we are covering it right now is because it is very haunted. Even just the movie sets, very haunted.
Even the cast, like the whole cast died.
Pretty much. And not only that, like, aside from the cast, like, dying, it was also, people were haunted after that movie.
Yeah.
True, too. Not just the cast.
Well, you know, it makes sense now that they use... It's probably the real fucking bones they used. That makes sense now as to why they were haunted.
I would not doubt anything anymore.
And then the poltergeist with the little girl touching the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Iconic.
Yeah. So, as she said, a lot of the cast died. So let's get into figuring out who died doing what.
Ooh, I was about to ask. 'Cause I know, wasn't some of them like a mystery illness kind of thing?
We'll get into it. So, according to biography.com, link in description, the following has happened to this cast. Heather O'Rourke. I'm sorry if I... O'Rourke? Is that how you pronounce it?
O'Rourke.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce most names. So if I pronounce them incorrectly, then
Rourke, yeah.
You guys can
We had somebody in our high
comments.
school with the last same name. That's the reason why I know.
I don't know half the people we went to high school with. We graduated with like over 400 people.
And almost 10 years ago.
Why do you gotta age us like that?
Ugh.
That wasn't necessary. You did not have to age us like that. Heather O'Rourke, or however Dominique said it. Carol Ann Freeling, the young focal point of the series, was played by Heather. I'm not going to keep saying her last name because I can't say her last name, apparently.
You're doing it right, O'Rourke.
Okay. Only 6 years old when the first Poltergeist film was released, she captivated audiences with her stark blonde hair, doll-like appearance, and big, inquisitive eyes. Sadly, however, she was misdiagnosed with Crohn's disease in 1987.
Oh.
The following year, Heather fell ill again, and her symptoms were casually attributed to the flu. A day later, she collapsed and suffered cardiac arrest.
Oh.
After being airlifted to the Children's Hospital in San Diego, O'Rourke died during the operation to correct a bowel obstruction, and it was later believed that she was suffering from congenital... Oh my god. You can read
Congenital
there.
heart disease.
Here we go. Dominique is the medic.
Bad. Congenital intestinal abnormality.
There we go. I can't. Don't give me any scientific words.
I got you, buddy.
So.
Ooh.
And she died young, from what I remember.
Yeah, she went to the Children's Hospital. She's under...
I want to say, off the top of my head, I believe she died when she was 12.
Oh, that's really young. That's sad. That's young.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, she got like... There was a lot wrong with her at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. She was like the main...
Yeah, the main little girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, the next one, Dominique Dunn.
Oh, shit.
Dominique Dunn, who played the original older sister, Dana Freeling, met an equally tragic and unforeseen fate.
Ooh.
In 1982, Dunn separated from her partner, John Sweeney. In November of that year, he showed up at Dunn's house, pleading for her to take him back. When she refused, Sweeney grabbed Dunn's neck, choked her until she was unconscious, and left her to die in Hollywood Homes driveway.
What the fuck?
Sweeney was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison, but was later released after 3 years and 7 months.
Why did he get out so easy? He killed her.
Yeah.
Murder.
Yeah, I don't... Murder. But, dog.
Pucky.
But, I don't know. Maybe it was because they didn't think it was planned.
Oh, premeditative.
Yeah.
How are you gonna justify accidental murder? Hey, I strangled my girlfriend to death, but it was an accident.
I don't understand how it was murder and he got away with under 4 years.
Literally, like, people get life sentences.
Yeah,
sometimes
so that doesn't make sense to me.
Like 6 consecutive life sentences.
Yeah, I don't understand that one. I don't understand how he got by so quickly, because he was released early. Not only was he only given 6.5 years, he was released in like almost half of that. All right, the next one is Julian Beck and Will Sampson. The other 2 cast members' deaths, while unfortunate, were not as unpredictable or mysterious. The evil preacher Kane from the Poltergeist 2 was played by Julian Beck. In 1983, Beck was diagnosed with stomach cancer.
Ooh.
which took his life soon after he finished work on the second installment of the series. The same film was met with further tragedy after Will Sampson, who played Taylor, the Native American shaman, died after undergoing a heart-lung transplant, which had a very slim survival rate.
Oh.
So it seemed like they were both going to pass anyway, based off of medical conditions. So it wasn't as bad.
Damn.
But rough.
That's sad. I think it's just weird that like his cancer came like right after filming.
It's weird how most of these things came right after filming.
Oh yeah.
And other strange things happened on set. Cast deaths weren't the only thing that happened. Other peculiar and creepy legends surrounding the film include Jo Beth Williams, who played Mom, Diane Freeling, in the first two films, claimed that the director Spielberg insisted on using actual human skeletons as props in an attempt to save money. So apparently,
it's cheaper
to buy skeletons than using props.
That's kind of scary.
Then again, you go to Spirit Halloween and they are $70. So
yeah, but like I wouldn't be like, let me get a real ass human skull on my front lawn.
I don't want to know why they're cheaper. And also, let's not get ideas, guys. Please don't put real skeletons on your front lawns.
It's not a good idea.
No.
Because you won't get a short life term sentence like that one guy did.
Jesus
Unless
Christ.
you're a billionaire.
I mean, maybe, but like, that's still crazy.
That shit's wild.
So, Williams' claim has never been verified, but it persists to this day that the lore surrounding the film's curse. Finally, in an effort to further creep out everyone involved, Simpson, the real-life medicine man who passed away due to circumstances mentioned above, performed an authentic exorcism after shooting wrapped up one night. One could only imagine how this made the other cast members feel.
What?
Apparently he performed an actual exorcism.
What the fuck?
I don't understand that. Wait, who was exercised? Is that the word we use?
Who got exercised? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Like, who did they perform it on?
I have so many questions that are not getting answered. Like, could you imagine you just fucking walk in, your cast members doing a real life exorcism, and you're like, alright, I don't get paid enough for this.
Yeah, first off, that is definitely above their pay grade. I don't care how much they're getting paid. That is above that pay grade. But, like, I want to know who was getting the exorcism, and why is fake skeletons more expensive than real ones?
There's a lot of concerning things with everything we just read, but I think that's the most concerning part, is that real human bones are cheaper than plastic bones.
And where the fuck did they get it from?
Maybe, like, the morgue if it's an unclaimed body.
So, instead of, like, cremating them, we're just giving them to movie directors?
Yeah. Logic.
Hashtag America.
Marker.
Well, like, I don't understand why they even thought that was right.
Steven Spielberg. He has a couple bolts loose in his head.
He must, or something, like, or whoever decided that was right. Maybe it wasn't him, but, like, sure was somebody on that set.
Yeah, that's kind of freaky.
So that's the end of the Poltergeist.
Well, so what we have all learned today is don't move on to a Native American land. Don't have Steven Spielberg direct your movie. You will have real human skulls.
I'm sure he wouldn't get away with that nowadays.
Who knows?
Actually, yeah, no, who knows?
Also, if you touch the real human skulls on the set of the film, you may die tragically.
Did all of them touch it, though? I don't know if the young girl did.
Well, the spirits were, like, sure, attached to all of them. Don't
go on a haunted film.
The moral of the story today, everyone.
If you are an actor and you're going to a film that says based on true events and it's a horror film, just be wary of it.
Yeah.
Because there are other things like The Conjuring that Joey King ended up getting a rare blood disease thing from.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So it's not not reoccurring thing.
Oh. Damn.
So if you're out there and you're an actor, just be wary of it. All I'm saying.
Well, what else we can do is the last Conjuring film, The Devil Made Me Do It. Because I saw the Haunting episode on it years ago and I did multiple research on it. And I actually bought a book about it too.
Do you guys want to hear more about the Conjuring house?
Because I got you. Especially with The Devil Made Me Do It.
We did an episode on it already, but we could go deeper into it.
We could do the case, like it's a real life case, where the guy was like possessed and he murdered his like landlord / friend.
Why does it sound like the Messenger plot?
A little bit.
But we could definitely do another episode of that. Just let us know if that's what you want in the comments below.
Yeah, let us know.
Why not? If you want us to do a certain movie review, let us know. We're doing that every week now.
Every Friday.
And that is all for this episode. Do you want to add anything else, Tom?
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Everything. This
Link
right
above.
here. Right here is where you could follow us everywhere. We're going to use this empty space to our advantage right now.
Ooh, I like that.
So, at MDAT Podcast everywhere, just in case you can't read this. Because I know I could barely read anything right now.
Same. We're old.
We are very old. If you are old like us, right here. Right here.
All right, everyone. Stay sexy, stay bad, and stay spooky.
Wow, we got a tagline right this week.
Peace.
Peace.